You guys may remember a video that I put out in regards to the Black Knight Decoded. This was a Pepsi production that caught a lot of attention because of what it was saying that it was not based on science fiction, that Nikola Tesla had discovered this dark night or black night satellite around our planet, and it's said to have been there for the past 13,000 years. They go into detail saying that on the next full moon they will be watching, and that they have been here since the beginning of our civilization, and that we still have a lot to learn. What's very interesting about all this is some of the details involved. The woman's name in this is Anna, referring to Anunnaki, and I talked about in the last video how this is all pointing to the coming alien deception. The return of someone, and they're talking about it in this whole clip. Now, I covered all that in the other video, but I want to go over some of the new details that have emerged in regards to all this. Like when looking at some of the images in this, you can see that it almost seems as if this is a Christmas type of setting. The tree in the background. And even when he says full moon, it looks to be a winter scene. Now, take a look at the screenshot. There seems to be a pattern here. And if you can crack the code or decode what is hidden here, you will see that the hidden month is December of 2015. If you look closely at this area, you will see February, March, May, and August of 2015. So what's the pattern? It is a simple 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. Going 1 month, then 2 months, then 3 months, and then following the same steps and going 4 months, it will bring you to December of 2015. Now, this falls in line with everything with Star Wars that we were talking about, as well as with The Force Awakens. The full moon in December is on Christmas Day this year, and it will happen at 1:11 p.m. in Jerusalem, or 11:11 a.m. Universal Time. Remember that Christmas Day is 44 days past 11:11:15. This is all starting to symbolize this window between 2016 and 18 that I've talked about for a long time, that is showing signs in the heavens here. We talked about the blood moon tetrad. This connects to it as well. We also, last night on Real Talk Live, talked about, well, Casey had mentioned how the last full moon on Christmas happened in 1977. And this just so happens to be the same time frame that the first Star Wars came out, 1977. So, if we look at the tetrad and all this information, now some new numbers start to emerge. This Christmas full moon event comes just 88 weeks. 88 weeks, or 1 year, 8 months, and 11 days from the initiation of the tetrad start date of April 14th, 2014. 88 weeks. Surprisingly, the end date of the tetrad on September 28th, 2015, was Sukkot. That is 88 days from Christmas of this year, or this full moon. Another 88. And to have that 88 mark there is very telling, along with the 44 that we just mentioned. With all these numbers aligning here. Now, as we go on to look, there's even more hidden in this. And I'll leave a link so you guys can check out all the stuff that they have pertaining to this. But there is a remote control that sends these spiraling fireworks into motion. And some people have referenced CERN in regards to this. Or Christmas Day with all the lights that are going off around this. The opening of CERN. And is this referencing some kind of detonation? Will CERN be opened up? Is this something to do with CERN? A portal opening, as we talked about before, because you're talking about the return of these individuals or these entities. And if you look at the screenshot at 128, which is at 88 seconds, Anna, this lady with the white shirt with the blood moon colored red jacket, comes into the frame. Okay, this is a reference to the first and last blood moons of the Tetrad, which are 88 weeks rounded down, in 88 days respectively to Christmas Day and the full moon. Now get this. From the exact time of the first blood moon eclipse of the Tetrad, April 14th, 2014, just after 1 a.m. UT on Christmas Day, it is 88 weeks, 88 hours, 88 minutes, and 88 seconds to the T. And you wonder why they state that the number 8 is the key to the opening of a dimensional doorway? Interesting, the 88th verse of the Bible is Genesis 4:8, and it states Cain talked with his brother Abel, and it came to pass that when they were in the field, Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. The 88th verse from the end of the Bible is Revelation 18:21, and it states that a mighty angel, and you have to remember, everything gets mirrored and reversed. It says that a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be no more." New York City. The whore Babylon the Great. This is what it is referencing. The time frame yet to be seen. But 88 weeks happens to be equal to 616 days, which is also an Antichrist number, 666, 616. Now in the video, a light spiral comes through, 44. And this is symbolizing Obama and the 44th president. Also brings up Norway and the events that happened there on 12/9/09. And if something else was to occur on Christmas Day in this area, it would be exactly 6 years and 16 days. There's that 616 again. So all these numbers hidden. This Black Knight Decoded was released on 11/18/15. That is the 322nd day of the year. That is the Illuminati signature. In 11/18/2015 can be configured to where it is 11 6 plus 6 plus 6 /8, giving you a 666, and then an 11 times 8 left over, which equals 88. It's all there again and again and again. So when it comes to the Force Awakening, this 11-day pattern, it's tied in there too. A lot of this information, a lot more information here at this link. Wanted to throw it out there so you guys were aware of it. All these new clues that seem to pop up and to all align perfectly. And all this falling right into line with this coming alien deception that I've warned about. Talk about all this. All this is laid out right here at this link. I'll leave it in the description box. But all those numbers coming out of this, all these signs and new clues coming to the surface, wanted to share it with you. And it doesn't mean that on this date there's going to be a catastrophic attack type of an event whatsoever. It could be something more occultic and spiritual. And if it comes to CERN or something else in a doorway they open, they're surely not going to be broadcasting this on the mainstream media. What they will pull off is a deception like Project Bluebeam. We've seen crosses in the skies here recently, faces in the skies, cities in the clouds. They're working on a deception coming this way. It's rather obvious. And I think there's a lot of clues hidden out here to be found if you have the eyes to see them. So, till next time, this has been Dabu7, Eyes to the Skies.